All right, so let's get started. A very good morning to you. And today we are again coming back on this very well accepted, well acknowledged series called Self Coaching. And a very warm welcome to the Self Mastery Zone and the Science of Mind Club. So, as we start, there are some positive thoughts with which we start our Sundays always. So, let's get started. So, this is a very nice thought that I came across, and you might be wondering what is this picture all about? This is about listening basically. So, being heard or being um, really listened to is so close for anybody that it's just like being loved. So, being heard is very close to being loved. In fact, it's almost the same. Okay. So what this quote helps us understand is that how important is listening in our day-to-day world. And this is such a forgotten art, I would say, where we are, not listening to those around us. And you will find that when people they like each other, when they are, in a relationship, initially they definitely listen to each other. They glue to every word that the other person is speaking. So, just imagine that if in your life somebody is listening to you attentively with focus, that is a short way of building a connection. That is a short way of building a relationship. So, are we practicing this art of listening? Moving on, some other beautiful thoughts on this Sunday morning. This is about being curious, So I appreciate the curiosity of those who have joined. Very warm welcome to both of you. And I also have one more friend who has joined. Thank you. So thank you, friends, for joining with curiosity, because this curiosity is something that opens the doors, and it is something with which we always learn. So as human beings, that we are curious, and we continue to learn with this curiosity. So this curiosity is your superpower. And thank you so much for joining on a Sunday morning with the same curiosity. Is the starting of any learning is curiosity. Okay, so curiosity opens doors, whereas judgment closes them. And this is a beautiful picture, and why it resonated with me is because somewhere when I look into this picture, I can understand that yes, even in the darkest of the rooms, the light can enter, and it can enter from any various means, any of the cracks in the wall, any of the windows, or sometimes you can just open a new door and the light will enter. Okay, so this is a beautiful quote by one of my mentors. His name is K.S. Ramanan, and he says that leadership is a service, coaching is a sacred space. Being a master coach himself, this is where he has been leading a phenomenal organization of learners, and now in his current avatar as a master coach, as a freelancer, he's coaching many people around. So he's based out of Bangalore. And what he says is that coaching is a sacred space. Now, why he says that is because when you're coaching somebody, or when you're listening to somebody, or when you're just offering help to somebody, that is a sacred space where new possibilities, the doorways of new possibilities open up. Okay, so this is our idea of kind of seeding in that even with the self coaching series, the one that we have been running for the last 8 weeks, idea is that we kind of open the doors of possibilities for ourselves as well as those around us. Okay, so that is what self coaching is journey is all about. Now, moving on. Now, I would say that today we are going to spend some time on our coaching journey on this thought in particular, because in the past 8 such sessions that have already happened, the recording is already available on our YouTube channel. We came across the power of intention, how important is taking a pause, a mindful pause, a reflective pause, asking the right questions, listening and thinking, expressing that gratitude to those around us, taking that accountability, seeking the right mentors, and seeking the right sort of feed forward in our life. Today is all about the techniques that will help us connect with the outcomes that we want to create in our life. So the very first technique is what I say is this picture, which is starting with why. So there is a beautiful TED talk by this person called Simon Sinek. If you have not seen this TED talk, please do watch it. It's called Start with Why. And the real power is about understanding that your why is stronger than your how, which means that the power of goal setting, when you are setting up a powerful vision, a powerful goal, that drives you towards your outcomes in your life. It becomes all the more easier. So that's the next thought that I want to see then. And last but not the least, we are creatures of habits. We are creatures of what we do daily. So it's not something that you do one fine day that decides your life, but what you do daily, it determines who you become permanently. So take a moment, absorb it, reflect upon it. What is it that you're doing daily? What are your daily actions which are building your identity day by day? So it is important to understand that our purpose, our vision, our ambition is important. At the same time, what as one of my teachers, he taught me very early on, his name is Sukhdeepak Malwahi. He says that we are a result of our daily operative practices. What are the daily operative practices, or what is it that you do daily which is taking you towards your goal and your vision? Okay, so this is where every week on the Sunday class, what we are sharing with you are some powerful ideas that help you build yourself daily. So, very warm welcome once again to the Science of Mind Club. And today, in the self coaching series, we are going to share another daily practice, or one very, very powerful daily practice that will help you become a better version of yourself. Okay, where this idea of science of mind and self mastery zone and the science of mind club in particular, it emerged from two personalities in particular. My coach, my mentor, Marshall Goldsmith, who's the world's number one executive coach. I learned a lot of from his work and a lot from his ideas. And then the Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh, who has written more than 70 plus books on the topic of mindfulness. So if you ask me what is this self-coaching series, it is nothing but mindful coaching. How we can mindfully coach ourselves and mindfully coach those around us. This self-mastery zone and Science of Mind Club is a vision to help people become better leaders, better coaches to those around them. We are catching up every Sunday for just 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. Time to time, I host these question and answer sessions where you get an opportunity to clarify your questions. And the topics of interest are psychology, neuro linguistic programming, and mindfulness. So it's a pro bono initiative, there's no charge for it. I'll be sharing ideas. If at all you require further inputs, I'll be more than happy to kind of get onto a 101 coaching call as well. That can be a pro bono or a free coaching call as well. I'll give you the details later on. And the idea is that, as I have learned these things on my journey, this is not related to any organization whatsoever. I'm just paying it forward. Okay, and once you learn it, you pay it forward. Okay, so join us now. This is the QR code, and this is the link to our community. If you're still curious, be curious, because this is what we started with. Curiosity is important to learn. Most importantly, learn, apply, share, and transform with this knowledge. Okay, we want you to kind of apply this knowledge. It shouldn't just stop at information level. And always, always, as I said, stay curious. So jumping right to the topic of the day, which is about the power of goal setting. So, friends, let me break this down to you, and let me just kind of share that for any coaching practice, or if you want to coach yourself, one of the most important thing you can do today for yourself is setting up a goal. Now, this goal is not a New Year resolution, I would say. No, it's not about that kind of goal setting. What we are saying is that you work backwards. Just imagine if today, just imagine if today is somebody's last day on this planet. Maybe few years of his existence, few decades of the existence, working in a career journey, business journey, professional journey, having a personal life, family life, and finally the person has come to the last day of the life. Now the days that the person has spent on this planet, the years that the person has spent on this planet will be called the outcome of the life that the person has. Take a moment. Experience the power of this story when we are reading somebody's obituary, when we are reading about somebody's life that the person has lived. It is the sum total of all the actions that the person has done in his or her life. You pick up a book from a library, you pick up a book from a bookstore, it's a biography of somebody's life. That is nothing else but the series of actions, series of decisions that the person has taken in the life. So on our journey on this planet, we have finite lives. We are, as somebody beautifully said, that we are spiritual beings having human experience. So if this is your life journey, work it backwards. When you look from that point in the future, which can be the end of your life, what do you want your life to be now? Take that pause. That pause is very, very important. What would it mean for you to have an earned life, a life of fulfillment? What is that one vision, one goal that you want as your life plan? And if there are some thoughts for those who are there on the call, feel free to put it on the chat. I'll be going through it now. And let's take that pause. Let's take that mindful awareness. That what do we want our lives to be known for? The reason why this idea is important is because, very less in our life we think about this thing. Now, the concept of time that we have is that time is infinite. No, even the watch that we wear, it's a circular watch. So we feel that, oh, it goes on, it has no starting, no end. But our time is finite. So I invite you that if you have a pen and a paper with you, you can just note it down. What comes to your mind? What are the thoughts that come to your mind when you think of working on your life vision backwards? What we are doing is finding the North Star. So North Star is that in your life, imagine that you are like a ship which is on a voyage. You're sailing towards your next adventure. There will be some ups and downs in life. The weather will be sometimes on your side, against you. Seas will be rough. The challenges will be many. But to find that where you are heading, you will need that North Star. So in the ancient time, when these sailors used to go for long courses, in their adventure, they used to look at the stars, and North Star or the Pole Star, it gives them the direction. And that is what is the power of goals. And as the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, that a goal is rooted in mindfulness. When a goal is rooted in mindfulness, it brings peace all along the journey. To have that mindful awareness that what is the most important goal of your life? What is the vision of your life? What will you call as some of the ideas that will be the North Star of your life? I'll give you an example. Like for Steve Jobs, the main goal was disrupting the technology, making it all the more smoother experience, innovating, creating, and that became the journey of his life. Pick up any other leader and you will find that they themselves have defined the North Stars very early in their life. And then rest of the things, they are aligning to that North Star, to that widely important goal. Okay? So this North Star, this goal in your life will act as a GPS, and then you further define some milestones. How do I kind of bring this closer to reality? For example, if somebody has a mindset that, okay, I will lead a life of contribution. Okay? So the person has to sit with that idea, journal it, and then define that what does life of a contribution means. Maybe it means that you are supporting your family and friends at the time of need. Maybe it means that you're learning few things that are helping you gain those skills which can help you contribute to others' life. Or it can be a very simple thing that, let's say, every weekend I'm volunteering. I don't know. It can be something, anything for anybody. I was living in Delhi NCR. Some of you know this, and in Delhi NCR we have a place called Noida, and I met this gentleman. His name is Anup Khanna. He was also there in the video that I created for my book launch back in 2018. Anup Khanna is a philanthropist, and his life vision is, although he's a chemist by profession, so he has a shop where he's providing all these medicines to people at a nominal cost. That's his living. But his life goal is to serve the society. So he started with something called as Dadi Ki Rasoi. I was fortunate to meet him. Amazing leader. Every day, he is making sure that 2 to 3 hours he is giving to this initiative. His all actions, sooner or later, are getting aligned with his life purpose, life goal. Okay, so if you know about his story, you can, if you definitely, it's great. If you are not aware, you can search on the YouTube, you'll find about him. But what I'm trying to say here is that if you have a larger vision, if you have a larger goal in your life, try to align it with your life. Try to have some milestones which kind of gear you towards it. And like any other goal, as Marshall Goldsmith says, goals should be behavioral, measurable, and change enabling. Okay, so people say that generally goals should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. What you're saying is goals should be smarter. All that what is there in SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, but they should also be energizing and refreshing. What do I mean by energizing, refreshing in the end? That means, and when you work on your goal, when you work on that vision in your life, you should feel energized. You should feel refreshed. This is about some tasks or some goals in your life. When you focus on them and when you act on them, instead of feeling tired, you find yourself in a state of flow. You find yourself being refreshed. Okay? So there is this person, again, back to the same place around Delhi NCR. He's known by the name People Baba. I don't know what his real name is, but that's what he chose himself to be called. And he started an NGO which is called Give Me Trees Foundation. He has in his life, and you might have come across many such stories, planted 1 million people trees, million banyan trees. That's what he has been doing. So to do a work of that, huge, humongous nature, did he feel tired? No. The goal or the purpose or the power of that goal setting was making it so very refreshing, so very energizing that he loved the process. So the process of becoming who you want to be should be an enjoyable process, should be a fun process. And for that, what are some of the goals which will help you to redefine your purpose, redefine your goals, redefine your vision in life? And then in your life, what one of my leaders, he has given me this term, how do we pivot towards those points? How do we kind of create certain experiences that strengthen that goal, that strengthen the pillars towards that goal? Okay? So this goal setting exercise, friends, is one of the key exercises. You want to reinvent yourself. If today, let's say, somebody is saying that, okay, I'm Anupam 1.0, what will be an Anupam 2.0? It all depends on that journey from who you are to what you want to be. Okay. So how do you want to kind of shift that perspective? How do you want to bring in the right goals, the right milestones, and what are your wildly important goals? So this wildly important goals is from a concept called as Four Disciplines of Execution by Franklin Covey. And they say that get the outcomes we want in life, we want the goals which are bigger than us. We want a purpose that is bigger than us. So take this moment on this Sunday. Maybe you find some time on a Sunday afternoon. Just sit with a diary, sit with a pen, do that journaling exercise. I'm a big fan of journaling exercise because in that moment of silence, you get to connect with your higher self. Okay, you get to connect with, let's say, Sayyid 20 years down the line, or Pawan 20 years down the line, okay? Or Shantanu 20 years down the line. You find out that what is that person wanting you to become? What is your higher self wanting you to become? And what are some of the goals that will help you become the person you want to be? So on that note, I'll take a pause here. Let this information sink in, and this information will become knowledge when you choose to apply it. That is where the fun part of the journey is. There are great ideas that you come across every time, but the only ideas that give you the results that you want are the ideas that you choose to implement. I'll take a pause. We have few friends on call with us. If anybody has a question, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Yeah, on this topic. Yeah, you can either go unmute at this point in time, or you can just use the chat window. Okay, no questions. Absolutely fine. So, friends, it is my endeavor to put all such learnings and topics for the benefit of the community, for the benefit of the learners on a very structured form. The format that I'm using currently is a YouTube channel. So, if you have missed any of the past lessons on the science of mind and self mastery, as well as the self coaching series, this is the ninth pit stop that we are taking, the ninth class that we are taking. Sorry, for the past 8 as well, I have uploaded it on this YouTube channel. You can just go through it so that all of this makes sense to you, because this is built on step by step basis. We started with power of intention and practicing pause, and there are these ideas which we are building one on top of the other, so that you don't have to invest a lot of time on one particular day, but every week you are getting something very very important and interesting, which can help you build your practice as a coach, build your practice as a leader, and as somebody you want to serve the community. Okay, so this is what our intention is. This is our YouTube channel, and for your daily dose of inspiration, there is an Instagram page I have put together. In fact, there are two. One is called Coach Sutra, which is about mindfulness based coaching leadership quotes. And then there is one Touch of Zen, which is again the mirror image of Coach Sutra. So you can find more information on that Instagram page, and you can join us. There is an upcoming book which will be coming up in the month of September. This is the third edition of the book that I've written in 2014. It's called The Seven Courts Leadership Menu, where I have explored stories from every culture or every place which inspire us to become a better version day by day. So this book is also coming up pretty soon. If you want to be on the pre-order list, you can scan the QR code, and I'll be happy to um, share that with you once it comes out. And please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to the work that we are doing, because this is all about becoming better day by day. As I said, the tagline is that you can be more. And I'm thankful to you for joining on this Sunday morning for this call, and I'm thankful for you to you for taking this pause in your life so that you can think and you can shape it more mindfully. Okay. On that note, thank you so much for your time on the Sunday morning. I wish you all the very best. If in fact some of you or any of you who are listening later would require any coaching, pro bono coaching. I'll be more than happy to support you to achieve your goals, create your master plan for success. And you can just leave a comment or you can just email me on selfmasteryzone@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to offer 3 to 4 such pro bono coaching sessions to you, which can help you to kind of get some clarity. Don't look at it like, that, oh, he's a psychologist, he's a trainer or expert helping me out. No, just think of me as a friend who will be really happy for you to achieve your goals and will be standing up and clapping for you once you achieve it. Okay. So, on that note, thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day. Give my regards to your parents, regards to your family, and till we meet again.